bigger than this, but it is. My head definitely got bigger while you were saying that. Thank you very much, Brian. And like Brian has said, if someone gives you such an introduction, do you have anything to add? I can only say I'm also the person who always bothers you with those short videos about our upcoming training. So I know a lot of you have been telling me that, can you just stop posting too many videos and stop bothering us with those short videos? But we are here today, right? Those videos were to get you here today, and you have gotten here today. And before I start and go into anything, I just want to tell you that we have one thing here at JoinIT Solutions. Like Brian said, like Elena said, there is only one thing: get started. Not tomorrow, not in 2 hours, not in 3 hours, not in 20 minutes. Get started now. Because the more time you waste is the more you drag, and is the less you become committed to anything that you want to do. All right, with that said, welcome once again to JoinIT Solutions. And today we are going to be telling you more about our upcoming SQL Server database administration training. Oh, sorry about that. So I had a disconnection from my computer, so you could give me one quick second. Perfect. All right, now we're good to go. So today we're going to be telling you and orientating you more on what our SQL Server database administration is all about, what JoinIT Solutions is all about, and what the theme and what our vision and our goal is, as our CEO Brian very well put it, is all about community. We are trying to grow this community for the African community, the community here in the US, the community in Asia, the community all around the world. So today we're going to be introducing you to the JoinIT team. We're going to be giving you an overview of Microsoft SQL Server database as a profession. We are going to be doing why database administration. Why should you become a DBA? We are going to talk about the training path here at JoinIT Solutions, and we will also talk about the class schedule. We will do a computer requirements, we will do testimonies, and then we will close. Today is a very quick, very brief, very precise, right? Let's move forward. Now, a lot of you have been hearing JoinIT, JoinIT, JoinIT. What are we? What is it that we do? What are our visions? What are its mission? Why was this company created? JoinIT Solutions is an IT consultancy specialized in the bridging of the gap between supporting individuals in starting a developing career in IT and offering advanced IT services. JoinIT is a very big company. It's a huge company where, when I say big company, I mean we are doing different things. A lot of you right now are only knowing or only have an idea about the IT training part that we do, but we also offer IT services, several IT services to different organizations and different companies, right? So what are our values? Our values take the acronym RIPE, R-I-P-E, that's reliability. First thing, our word is our bond. Every member of our team commits to be fully dedicated to and available for our clients' needs. When we say our clients, who are we talking about? We're talking about organizations, and we're talking about you, individuals who come to us and say, I want to take training with SQL Server. You just heard someone say, Brian knows the names of all trainees that have ever gone through. I know the names of all the trainees that I've ever taught since we started JoinIT. That is our commitment to you. Innovation. We are trailblazers committed to bringing excellence and creativity to the solutions we provide for our clients. What are we saying here? We're simply saying that, look, IT is not the same. What stood 2 weeks ago is not the same thing today. IT changes in minutes. So are we going to take things that were taught 10 years ago to come and teach you now? Absolutely not. You do not need that information. We are innovators. We make sure that in building this training for you, we are making sure that we have streamlined it and we're giving you the information that you need. This is not primary school where they're teaching you Christopher Columbus discovered America. No, this is where we are teaching you what you need to know to succeed. Professionalism. We always put the job first and commit to living up to and exceeding industry standards. What are we simply saying here? We're professional with our dealings with all of our students. You see, we'll come to class in as much as we're a tight-knit community, because a lot of our students are coming from this person who knows this person who knows this person and has seen how IT changed this person's life, and they come into it and it changes their lives as well. We also acknowledge that in the professional and business milieu, it is absolutely important that you have professionalism. Professionalism is something that we do not waver at JoinIT Solutions. Expertise. You're going to meet a team of expert database administrators who are going to help you, not just database administrators, cloud database administrators. And don't just take it from us. These are certified people, meaning that they are certified by an external body. And in this case, that external body is Microsoft. Next thing, we're going to talk about our vision. What is our vision of JoinIT? When we sat down and Brian said, I want to give back to my community. What is the vision for creating this? Our vision is to be the leading gateway for IT training and services for professionals and businesses all over the world. That is our vision. We want to be synonymous with good work and IT services. Whenever you hear IT, you should add join in front. That is our aim from today. Our mission is to train and equip IT professionals with cutting-edge technologies that are needed to survive and thrive in the fast-changing IT economy, and to provide organizations with skills and solutions that will drive innovation and operational excellence. What are we saying here? How do we take someone like Eleanor, for example, from being someone who works at the warehouse to becoming a DBA with Microsoft in 8 months? How does that happen? It's because we are focused and we have a mission and we have a vision. Now, how do we implement this vision and this mission that we all have? We have a team. JoinIT Solutions is not just online, it's just not on paper. JoinIT Solutions has a team of people who are working with you to make sure that you succeed. As you can see, we have our team starts with our management team, where we have a director of operations who is responsible for looking at the operations of the company and making sure that everything is going smoothly. We have marketing and finance coordinator. We have a graduate counseling and success coordinator, training and operations coordinator, and an administrative director. Our team is further divided into two. We have a technical team, and then we have a training team. In our technical team, of course, we have a project coordinator who is responsible for coordinating the various projects that we have here at JoinIT Solutions. And this team includes a senior database administrator, a senior application developer, a senior system administrator, and a cloud architect. Going now to our training team. This technical team, you mostly care about the technical team when we're working with organizations. But our training team is you all, where we have our instructors, we have our instructor assistants, and our mentors. And Brian will talk more about this as we go forward. Now, let's meet our team in names. Here at JoinIT Solution, we have a team of certified instructors and experienced teachers who are the very best at what they do. We have proven success. This is not a new thing that we are bringing you here and saying that, hey, you know what, Franklin, just come in. We're going to try to see what we can do. No. This is not, we are going to try to see what we can do. This is a well-established, well-running, and oiled machine. And this machine runs because of these people you see on the screen, amongst many others. Our first person, you have Brian Chongwine, who is an MCT. MCT stands for Microsoft Certified Trainer. As you can see, all those MCTs there, meaning that all the people who will be training you are Microsoft certified. You can see their profiles. We don't want to talk about the certifications because we can talk about those all day, but As you can see there, you know that you are being taken by people who are highly qualified. Like Brian mentioned, he trained me. So he has several years of training experience in IT. You have there, I myself, Alain Four. I am also a Microsoft certified trainer. I am a database administrator, and I work with one of the Fortune 500 companies in the world, just to increase my head size again, like Brian was doing. And we have Emmanuel Galabi, which you'll be meeting as well. This is a Microsoft certified trainer. He works with one of the biggest health institutions here in the USA. We have Jaivis Sama, also one of our Microsoft certified trainers, who also works with one of the biggest companies. Guys, we don't work with small companies here. We're all working with big companies, right? We have Ephraim Langmi. He's also only not a Microsoft SQL certified trainer. He's also an Azure DBA. Azure is cloud computing. We have Barbara Fozo. A lot of you here know her. And like you can hear, Elena mentioned that Barbara Fozo was one of the people who helped her know about JoinIT solutions. So you see that, just word of mouth. Just because this person heard something and did not keep it to themselves, look at what it's doing to the community. Outstanding. Last but not least, we have Stefan Tebo. He's our resident cloud engineer. As you see there, when you see these people called cloud engineers, don't joke with them. These are big people, right? So this is a team of the main instructors that you'll be having taking your training, taking you through this training. Now we have instructor assistants, and this, we have several instructor assistants. These are just the people who could fit on this page. You have met Elena, there's Jebby, there's Moise, there's Willie, there's Clovis, there's Chi Brian, there's Bless, there's Olive, there's Ivor, there's George. All of these people are working as SQL Server database administrators or are about to be working as SQL Server database administrators. So you are in the right hands. All right, with that said, I'm going to be handing this back over to Brian Changwine. He's going to take you more on whatever we have planned for you today. And from there, we will get more people to talk to you at the end of this orientation class. Brian, over to you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Alain, for that wonderful introduction of the team and JoinIT. As you all can see, JoinIT is not about Brian, it's not about Alain, it's more of a team. And that is why the name JoinIT, because I cannot do this by myself. Alain cannot, Vanessa cannot, Jarvis cannot, nobody here can build this kind of a community where you're looking at the number of trainees that we have, the number of trainees that are successful going throughout the training, and the number of trainees that are working, right? So JoinIT is not a self-owned company. That is why we are open enough to show you our structure. You know, we are not just about training. We are getting to a point where once we train you, we can place you out there for jobs. That's why you have a technical team, you have a management team, and you have a training team. So training in IT is just one of those little things that we do, which is very impactful, especially in our community, right? I want to just bring you this question. What, I know we all hear a lot about other training institutions. Come and do AWS, come and do Azure, come and do sysadmin. What institution takes time to put you down and educate you on the need, tell you all about what they do? Very few of them will do that. And JoinIT, honestly speaking, is one of those. Why? Because we are not money focused. The goal where we're putting you all here today is not because you want to make money. Do you know where JoinIT makes money? The projects we carry on with other companies. It's not from the training fee you pay. Our main focus here is to build a community where we are able to empower you. I have empowered myself. I'm a DBA. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. If I want to get any job today related to DBA or Azure, I will do it. At times, I would take interviews just for fun, to share with trainees, just to learn. Alan will do the same thing. I could keep those jobs. I can work 5 jobs. But the goal here is that JoinIT is not about me. It's about the community that we are building. And we are very happy that you all have decided to come and listen to us today. So just going down, before I get to talking about career orientation, I would like to have someone who is also being a trainee here today. I really want to be picky on the ladies, right? Do we have, let me take on Olive. Olive, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Are you in a comfortable place? All right, perfect.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. So Olive, just tell us about, yourself, your journey, and where you are today, starting at JoinIT.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I want to appreciate, or I don't know the right word to use, but just thank each and every one of you who have taken out your time to join this. I call it a wonderful opportunity. I'm Olivia Foybert. Brian calls me Olive all the time anyways. I am actually one of the pioneer batch students of JoinIT, and I say that with a lot of pride in me, because one, I don't even know how I found myself into the IT field, but a friend of mine pushed me into it. And when I started, I didn't even know. I was one of those people, I only knew the basic things on the computer. At least I knew how to turn on my computer. But I remember the first time in class, I didn't even know when they say, move your mouse to this direction, I'll be like, oh, what? I don't understand what that is. But after a while, I picked it up, and yep, I was in the health field. I was actually in my nursing program. And when I spoke to my friend, like, oh, I don't feel like this is the right thing for me, I don't feel comfortable, I figure out at some point I dreaded going to work. So my friend pushed me out of it and got me in contact with Mr. Brian, and that's how I found myself in the IT field. Pretty much it was a hard transitioning. Like Elena mentioned, I used to work night shifts. And when I come back in the morning, it's so hard because there's no time to sleep. And I'm looking at the workload in front of me. So it got to one point where I said to myself, like, okay, I need to figure out if this is the right path for me. And when I figured that out, what I did was I reduced my working hours. Did it affect me financially? Yes, it did. So bad. But since I had seen where I was going to, I knew where I was going to, and I knew what I was after, I pushed through and I reduced my working hours. I concentrated on the classes. It was pretty much challenging. I don't want to tell a lie. It's not going to be that easy, especially when you get into the second part of the class, which is the major part of the class. There were a couple of times as a matter of fact, I gave up. But again, when you are part of this class, at some point, they're going to split you into groups. Trust me, take those groups, very important. Work with your group. Because if I am where I am today, it's not by my power, it's not by my might. My group pushed me. I think I was so lucky to be in a group of people who were like holding each other's hands, like it says, JoinIT. We held each other's hands together. If one person was giving up, everybody would fall on that person like, no, you don't have to give up. Stand up and let's work together. And we kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And at the end of the day, it paid off. And I think pretty much I got my job offer pretty much almost 3 months after we graduated, I think so. And again, I keep saying that my offer to today, I don't think I merited it because that was the only interview I went for and I got the job. So I'm just here to encourage everyone. We are here, like Mr. Allen spoke, Elena has spoken, Brian has spoken, and the other people were going to talk. And one thing I want to say is, if you don't reach out, nobody will know where you are lacking behind. If you don't reach out, everyone will see it and assume. And no matter the efforts that the teachers put in, you as an individual, you need to pressurize yourself. You need to challenge yourself. Set goals for every day. If you wake up today and you say, I want to study what data is, make sure that you study what data is, and then you put a tick on that. Like, spend time, put at least 2 hours every day to study. And trust me, at the end of this 6 months, you're going to be very comfortable and you you wouldn't even believe that the amount of work that you put in will pay off like pretty fast. So that's all I can say about the career path. And again, JoinIT is a place to be. It's a family. It's not all about money. It's not all about just having a name out there and you don't have results. There are a lot of testimonies, and in the course of you being in the class, other people will always come to encourage you. And with God on your side, everything is going to work good. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Olive. And just to say, right, how encouraging is it to see someone who comes in with no IT knowledge, and after 6 months of her training, within the next 2 months, she gets a job, and she decides to come back and be an assistant, teaching those who came after her. How encouraging is that? It's only at JoinIT. Most institutions, you finish your training, you're gone. You don't even have someone to call. I've had students call me and say, hey, I want to come to JoinIT because of this. We have a well-structured system. We have a methodology that has worked. So now let us get into a little bit about this career that you're trying to get into, right? Let's get a little bit into this career you're trying to get into. So first of all, we understand that when you hear that I want to switch careers into something, it's challenging, right? I'm passionate when I talk about this because I'm a victim. I used to be a carpenter. For those who know, I went to GTHS Bamenda. I was specialized in roofing houses, constructing doors, bunk beds, benches for churches in Cameroon. I used to work at the Catholic Mission Workshop after my back, in GTHS Bamenda. From there, I did not know anything about IT. I did not even have an email address. When I finished, I was teaching carpentry in GCA Wombong in Com. You hear me talk a lot about my village, Com, right? You all know about Com? You'll get to know about it. So I used to be a carpenter. I got a call from my in-law saying that, hey, Brian, there is this thing in Douala. I want you to go and learn IT so you can come and even be helping me. He's a big man. I'm not going to mention the name. I went to school in Douala first. I did not know French. They were teaching in French. I went to GTHS, guys. I did not know French. I did not attend any computer classes. We started computers in lower seat. I requested 5,000 from my dad. Don't tell him this. And I ate the money. I did not register for the computer classes, right? So he just told me I was teaching, making 28,000 a month. I decided to leave and go to Douala. He paid our house rent, everything. I was living there. Going to Aqua. The name of that place is Softlinks. They are in charge of software development. So they needed to train me on how to develop softwares, or the software that I've developed, how to install them and train people to use it with no knowledge in French. So that is how I got into IT. So I started working in IT since 2009, 2010 in Cameroon. When I got here, I went into nursing. I did CNA. I used to be a very good CNA. All the CNAs on the floor, they want to work with me because again, paying, right? I'll lift up all those people. So after that, I decided that, hey, this is not what I want to do. I got a phone call from a friend like, hey, I have a job in San Antonio. Where can I leave to work? I did not even know what that job was. That is my mentor. You'll hear from him, Dr. Dennis. When he got to San Antonio, I connected him with a friend. He came here, and the day we met after soccer, he told me, I was like, hey, Doc, I have an idea. How can we do this? He had already started teaching, and he told me, I can teach you. I can put you in an advanced class and teach you. Behold, 3 months, I got my first DBA job, right? And that is why I was like, why don't I help others? That is how I got there. And the vision of JoinIT came in. But now it was not just about me, it's about empowering the entire community. That is why we see people like Eleanor, Barbara, Allen, Stefan, Ephraim, Galabi, all of these people I know personally because I build relationships with them. So at times it is very difficult and intimidating to start a career, especially IT. Everyone is, no, not IT, right? And now we are not just talking about IT. We have streamlined that to database administration. What is database administration? You all, if I ask you today, Rita, do you know anything about IT? Do you have IT knowledge? You tell me no. But the answer is yes, you do. Remember in those days, we used to use Sony Ericsson. You could not even go to the internet. Today, you go to the internet, you can use a computer device to manipulate the internet. You can research, you can see what games are we playing today, what is the news, you can do all of that. So that is IT knowledge that you have. Then the worst of it is that you all here are already database administrators, but you don't know. So first, let us talk about this. What is data in the first place? If I ask you, Rita, what is data? You might be confused, but a clear answer is data is any of these raw facts that you have. You have your data, your contacts in your phone, your pictures, the music that you have on your phone, all those screenshots you have taken and you have stored them, that if something happens, I will say, I told you from day one that you're going to break my heart. You see, this is a message you sent to me, right? All of those, that is data that you preserve for some particular reason. So everything you do on your phone, your birth certificate, you have a copy of it, that's a hard copy you have stored it somewhere. That is data to you in a hard copy. So look at it this way. What do you do? That data that you have on your phone, right? You're able to use it. You're able to make a call, get into your phone, look for that data that is related to Brian, and you call Brian. You are using that data. You are able to save a contact on your phone. You are able to delete. You are able to change somebody's name when the name change. So that is you already manipulating your data that you have. So now look at it this way, because you have data at a personal level, companies do have data now, not at a personal level. An example is a company like a nursing company, right? Healthcare. What do they have? They have patients, they have doctors, they have CNAs, they have employees, they have medications. So how do you think like they're gonna tell you today that patient Brian needs this medication at this time? You go into the system, you're able to pull that up and you see, okay, Brian needs medication at this time. What is that? That is data that is stored. Where is it being stored? In a database. So now you as a nurse, you have access to query that database through the application that you see and say, hey, I need to give this medication. Same like your phone. You have the ability to go and search for Brian's number. WhatsApp now is a front-end application that you see. At the back end of your phone, what do you have? You have a database that stores all this information. So when you go to your WhatsApp and you type in Brian, a query is being executed against the WhatsApp database that say, hey, this is Brian's name, this is Brian's number. Do you want to call? Click on this button. That is data. That is how you already manipulate data on your phone. So companies need you now because they don't have just this personal data. A company like Methodist Hospital, where they have patients everywhere, they have like 16 pharmacies, 100 CNAs, 3,000 LVNs, all of those things. They have that data stored somewhere. They need you as a DBA to be able to go and manage that data. So the IT field, everything in a company is centered around data. That is why if you understand what data is, you understand how to administer and manage that data, you have possibilities to grow within the IT field. Because when you have the data, what can you do with it? You can analyze that data to make informed decisions. That is a data analyst, right? You can be a data engineer where you see how can I group this data. You can be a data scientist to use that data, and make informed decisions. You can be a data report writer where you use the data to generate reports. That is where we are driving you to. But you need somewhere to start. Where is that? That starts at the level of administering that data because you already know. What are some of the things that you do? We're going to talk about that when we get to the next slide. So just understand that a database administrator is someone who manages the data. What is this data? All of these records that you have. Brian, my phone number is this. JoinIT. To get to JoinIT, I type this. This is the number. That is data. A company like a bank, they have customers' information. They are savings. When you go to a bank today, you save 10,000. Where does that go to? It gets stored in a database. That is data. So you already have the knowledge to get into this career without any fear of contradiction. And JoinIT is here to help you progressively Because we are not saying you're absolute beginners because you already have the knowledge. Now, let us look at this. An overview of a DBA's profession. What do you do as a DBA? Same like you do on your phone, guys. Reason with me. On your phone, what do? You can update information, right? You can update my contact. If I send you a message today that, hey, I have changed my phone number, right? Charlotte. If I change my phone number, you go into your contact list and you update my phone number. That is what you do. You manage that data. If you don't want to talk to me anymore, I'm not your friend again. I hope I'll always be your friend. Because you delete it because you don't want to see it. You have a new friend. What do? You update that. Those are the things you do on your phone. Above all, you're there to back up your data on your phone, all your contacts. You either back them up through WhatsApp to the cloud so that if you get a new phone, you're able to restore them back, right? That's the same thing companies do. They want someone to be able to manage that data for them. On your phone, that is where your data resides. So there is a database in your phone or databases in your phone. If your phone is not charged today, will you be able to join this meeting for those joining on the phone?
No.
That is what is called high availability. Because you want your phone to be charged, you want to have the data. So at every point you can use it, you can access it. So companies also want that data is not stored on a phone, it's stored on a computer. As a DBA, you ensure that that computer that has the database is up and running. So if anyone needs access, you get it. Just like nurses, at times you go to pull up a patient's information and the system is slow, maybe you're not able to log in because you cannot access the database, right? So those are the things we do. High availability. You want to ensure that your phone is charged, so anytime you need that data, you can go grab it. You need to ensure that in companies. Backup and disaster recovery. Just imagine today, your son or your daughter takes your phone and drops it in water, right? Sorry to those who don't have water-resistant phones, right? If you have used Nokia 3310, you understand what I mean when someone drops it in water, right? So what you would do is, man, I cannot have access to my contacts. But now, as in a company, you want to make sure that you back up your data basis so that if a disaster occurs, such like the computer is down, you're able to restore back that information. So you need to ensure disaster recovery through backing up, like you. How many times you WhatsApp get up and tell you at 2 a.m. that backing up? What is it backing up? All those messages, your WhatsApp information, it backs them up to the cloud. When you download a new WhatsApp on another phone, what happens? It sends you back that information, right? That is it. Then database security. We need to secure that data, just like your phone. I can tell you I have 9 passwords to get into some specific information in my phone, right? I don't want to be like Alan, who has everything open. Me, I secure my information, I secure my data very well. Same like you. Once you set up a password in your phone, what are you preventing? You are preventing someone, I don't want to say your wife or your husband, from getting into your phone and reading your messages. Those messages, what is that? That is data. You are protecting it. You have set a password on your phone, right? Some people go ahead even as far as encrypting their WhatsApp. When you look at that phone, you see an app that has an image of pictures. So if you are looking at WhatsApp, you don't even know that that is WhatsApp because they have encrypted it, right? They have masked it. You don't even see it. If you're a lady here, check your husband's phone. If you go back and you see some apps that you're not very sure of, just click there and see what happens, right? Hello, guys. Dikum, are we on the same page?
I see you want to stir some trouble.
No, it's not trouble. It's just information. This is just informational, right? Just identify certain things that you can do with data. So as database administrators, you can secure your data, right? Using passwords, encryption, and all of that. You want to make sure that your data people can access it and it's performing well. What does that mean? How many times have you gone to your WhatsApp and it's crashing? You are like, man, I just need to restart my phone. Maybe this is going to work. That is how you do in a company as well. You need to plan. Okay, today I have just 100. WhatsApp group can take a maximum of 250. right? Same, databases have capacity. What storage requirements? So as a DBA, you need to plan for all of this. A lot of people ask, is database administration a dying career? Hell no, it is not, and it will never be. Why? Because data is the most valuable asset for every company. They need you to manage that. If you start as a DBA today, tomorrow you might decide that I want to be a data analyst, a data engineer, a data scientist. Everything about a company has to do with data. Just imagine I take your phone today and I delete all your contacts. Very frustrating, right? Or just imagine I take your phone today and I'm able to read the messages you sent to Helena about Brian. What is that? That's a disaster, right? I take your phone today, I'm able to go through all your chat messages talking about JoinIT, bad, giving bad reviews of that. I look at you now as somebody, hey, this is not normal. So every company needs that data. It needs to be protected. They need that data to make informed decisions. They need that data to do a lot of stuff, right? So it is never and will never be a data career. So how do we help you to get to that point? At JoinIT, this is where we start. Right? Anyone here who went to a technical school? Is anyone who went to GTHS, GTC, Kotek Bafut, and all those poor men's school? No?
What's the question?
Is there anyone here who went to a technical school?
Yes.
All right, welcome. So I always like to draw. So at JoinIT, what is the career path that we have for you? Look at here. This is a 6 months period. Within these 6 months, we want to assume that you all are starting as absolute beginners in IT. Some people might come in with a little bit of knowledge, but we are assuming that you all are absolute beginners. So once you start at JoinIT, we give you an understanding of computer basics and make you understand the IT environment. It's just like you today. Most trainings will just say, come and do AWS. Do you know what AWS comprises of? A lot of stuff. So we give you this fundamental knowledge, the general IT environment, the various teams, your relationship with other team members, and all of that. Then from there, we take you advance a little bit on what SQL Server and database administration is all about, right? At this point, you have built that fundamental knowledge in the IT field. You have that knowledge that you need to skyrocket. So we build a solid foundation. I cannot call you today and I start telling you about SQL Server, database administration, of which you don't know the various teams that make up the IT environment. You don't know your responsibilities as a database administrator. Within the first 2 weeks of our training, which is absolutely free, we want to build that foundation. We introduce you to IT, computer basics, database administration, and other related fields in IT. And you make that decision after 2 weeks if you want to continue with us or not, at no cost. That is part of our vision, becoming a leading gateway of IT professionals and offering IT services, not just to individuals, but to companies out there. So you have 2 months to understand what is IT. Next, we take you to this advanced knowledge. At the end of your 6 months at JoinIT, here you're in the job market. A lot of people here, an example is Chi Brian. He had a job in his 4 months. I call him Brian Jr., right? He's my little man. He's always outside. I just money lack. Chi?
Yes.
So there are a lot of people here who have jobs within 6 months, depending on how serious you get into the training. After 6 months, we don't let you go. We prepare you for certifications. We prepare you for the interview approach. We give you more hands-on. We teach you more on the things you need to do to secure your job at no cost. You don't pay anything again. We follow up with you. Like, I am always busy reaching out to students. What are you doing? You have not been applying. I've not had any updates because your success to us is our #1 priority at JoinIT. I am already successful when it comes to that IT field. I can go to 3 interviews. I'll have 2 jobs. But now it is about you. We want you to be successful. Then from there, while you are in the job market, we introduce you now to other positions or other trainings that can help build yourself. I want you to look at it this way. As you're coming into JoinIT, you are looking at starting a career. You don't want to start a career as a DBA and you end there. After DBA, you are making 110,000. Why don't you go to make 140? Why don't you make 150,000 a year? Why don't you make $250,000? And if you want to know about me, my vision started as a DBA. I started here. I had a job. I went to cloud computing. I am now an Azure DBA. Financially, I've grown, but my vision is not to be making within the 200,000 a year. I want to make at least 250 with just one job. That is why I'm looking more of becoming a data scientist. So me here, sitting and trying to dedicate time to empower you, right, is also preventing me from achieving that goal. But I know that collectively, we can definitely do that. That is what we talk about here at JoinIT. So now, let us look at this. We always want to give you all a month to prepare before we start. Other institutions will not do that. That is why we always have our orientation 1 month, so you know what is expected. If someone asks you today, Rita, why are you getting into IT? What do you want to do? You already know what a DBA does, who is a database administrator, and all of that. We don't want you to come in as a blank person. After this training, we're going to provide you some links where you can read more about what we do. So when you're coming in, you're not as blank as I was when I left teaching carpentry and joinery to IT. We know Facebook account. We know email. I didn't even know what that was, right? So our next training, as we mentioned, is starting February 28th. That's the last day of the month of February. I know it's Valentine's month, right? For those who have valleys, let me see what I'm gonna book today. Commander, are you okay? Okay, why he's turning that on? So look at my screen here. So our next class is starting February 28th. And here is the schedule. We have Mondays from 8 p.m. Central Time to 11, right? That is like 9 p.m. Eastern. Then we have Wednesday, the same time. And we always want to make sure we allocate enough resources to help you succeed. We don't just do the regular trainings, we organize a revision or catch-up class every Friday from 8 p.m. itself to 11 p.m. So this revision class is to those, I missed the class on Monday. I missed the class on Wednesday. I was not very clear with what was taught these 2 days. How can I catch up? You always have an instructor here or an instructor assistant to help you, right? Look at this list. This is just a couple of instructor assistants we have. They are part of every group that you will be in. We also have mentors. We did not just want to add our mentors. So at JoinIT, let me take you back here. If you look at our training organigram, we have instructors, which you have seen the names, we have instructor assistants, and we have mentors. So if you look at the list presented here, our mentors are not there. Here we have instructor assistants. We're going to add mentors. That is to tell you that there is a dedicated team that is there to help you throughout. Call everybody 1 p.m., right? Especially the single ones. Don't call Alain, he's married, right? You can call anyone who is not married. You can call Bless at 2 a.m. Bless will pick your call, right? Don't call JB. JB is married with kids. Don't call Barbara. You can call Chief Brian at any time, 4 a.m. He will pick your call and help you, right? So this is our schedule for the next class. What does this mean to you? Now you know you're going to be having classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. Work on your schedule. We cannot help with this. A schedule is never going to work for everybody. And there is no guarantee that the schedule for the next class is going to work for you. So you need 1 month to fit in here. Helena mentioned that she had to stop her job, look for another job that she works just 3 days to meet up with the training. And today, what she's making is triple what she used to make at Amazon, right? And now she can go to a party and farote. I've not seen that yet, but I believe so. Just kidding, right? So that is how it works. So take note of this schedule and you start preparing. What do I need to do to be able to attend every class?
Yeah.
We encourage you all to attend classes, even the revision classes. Most of your project presentations will be done in the revision classes. So you have a whole week. If you dedicate 6 months and you follow our instructions, guys, you'll make it. What are some of the expectations that we need from you? First is your commitment. Regardless of how I come here and I talk, I try to encourage you. If you are not committed, as Vanessa is, you'll never make it. At times you need that push where someone can encourage you. You have George, right? George can call you and talk to you, hey, you need to do this. You have JB. If you want to listen to someone who can encourage you, if you see a name here, JB, ask for a number. JB is one person. I remember the day JB called me before starting this training. JB was like, Brian, are you sure this is going to work? I was like, JB, believe in me. This has been working. Why should it not work for you? She called almost everybody just to be sure. And she's going to have the floor to talk. She will tell you how the journey has been, how she held her class accountable. She's that kind of person that likes to unify people, which works exactly as the vision of JoinIT. Again, JoinIT is not an individual. That's why the name is JoinIT. It's a community that we are building. And you all know what JoinIT stands for? All right, you'll get to know. So work on this schedule. Your expectations, your commitment and dedication, attend all classes. If you don't attend a class, there is always a class video for you to watch. All our classes are recorded and you are able to watch them, right? Group work and interaction. There is no way you will secure a job if you are not able to talk about SQL. How do you start talking about SQL? Through your group work. Assignments, projects, and research. We are very solid on this. We keep you active for 6 months. And whoever follows our instructions will be able to meet up. Right? And above all, we have your financial part that you have to play, which we're going to talk about. And again, I want you to believe that with this number of people, just come to think of it. If you are paying $3,000 to get a job in 6 months, are you going to be able to pay all these people to mentor you? No. Is JoinIT going to be able to pay all these people for an hour? A DBA makes at least $45, $50, $60 an hour. So you think that if I have to sit in any class and teach you, I'll ask you to pay me this amount? No. If you have this team in place willing to help you, you need to understand that it is not about the 3,000 francs that you're going to pay as tuition for this training. It is not. If Alan wants to make money today, he can add 1 job to the 5 jobs he already has. Just kidding. And he will make more money. He will make 120,000 a year without having to deal with Commander, where you call him and he does not respond in a Zoom meeting, without having to deal with George, where he gets up every morning and he drives over to my house and say, Brian, I have this issue. Without having to deal with Vanessa, who will call you all the time and say, hey, Brian, add me to this group meeting or give me a link to watch these videos. No, right? It's not about money. So our training fee is $3,000. And this is just for you to build yourself. Example, I went through college. I have a school fees loan now of over $30,000. When I finish college in the US, I have an associate's degree in network systems administration. My first job was $16. If I have to be paying that tuition every month, I need to be paying around $400. How much do I make? $16 to be paying school fees loan of $400? Then you come in. I've seen students come in here in just 6 months, 4 months. They are making 6 figures with no school fees loan. So this is not something to dispute about. It's not about money. I say that all the time. You know where JoinIT makes money? Look at our organigram. Technical team. We have projects. We have a couple of projects we are working on now, right? It's not your training fee. So if you're coming in, know that you're coming to learn and grow. And for the most part, we give out money to you guys. A class will present a good project, you have money. We reimburse you for your tuition. We do all of those. That is not, we are not money-minded. We are not focused on that, right? So why JoinIT Solutions? Our success rate, if you are looking at my screen, I can just pull up a database here at JoinIT where you can see. I'm going to give an example of this class. The class ID was 1003. Look at how many of them started. How many of them successfully finished the training? How many of them graduated? If you see here, this guy, employed. You know, this one is in the job market. You have 3 or 4 of them still in the job market out of 18 that graduated this training. 4 are still in the job market. And you see, the ones that did not graduate, they are still in training. How many of them? 4 of them. So if you successfully go through this training, you do your project presentation, you graduate in the job market, our success rate at JoinIT, saying that without any fear of contradiction, is at 80%. You will not see that anywhere. You have affordable training fee. We give you free career orientation. We offer cash-out classes. You have experienced instructors. You have mentorship. If you're here, you want me to be a mentor, call me, Brian, tell me, what do I need to do? I tell you that. Interview preparation and resume building. After your 6 months here at JoinIT, we don't tell you that, hey, go, you are finished exhausting your 3,000 that you paid. What we do is we transition you into on-the-job training, interview prep, where we follow up. We have Galabe. I don't want to be letting the cat out of the box, but looking at Galabe, you are looking at success training, student training and success coordinator. Because after you're done with your training, if we don't have someone to follow up, to teach you how to apply for jobs, to do all of this, you'll eventually give up. So that structure at JoinIT is well established and you just need to follow. I talk a lot, guys, because first I'm a politician. Just kidding, right? So you have on-the-job support. Even Helena today that is working. Even Moise, he's about to start his job. We owe you all that commitment to make sure that you don't just secure the job, but you are able to keep that job. We have trainees who are working all over the state. If you look at my office today, I have like 5 tables. Anyone that happens to be in San Antonio, you have a job, I tell you, come here your first 1 week, or go there your first 1 week. Allen is in Houston, you have people in Maryland, Ohio, everywhere. So we have all the support. We are international. We want to help everyone. And we are very organized, guys. Our methodology is second to none at JoinIT. I'm not bragging. Ask anyone who referred you to tell you about JoinIT. Right? Again, I don't want to focus about money, but if you look at an average salary for a DBA, you're looking at 6 figures. Yeah, depending on the company. But if you take an average, you're looking at 6 figures. I will not go for a job that is less than 120,000. I tell my trainees, if you leave and you have any job, 80,000 and above, you're an entry level, take it, work there for 1 month. My first job I had as a DBA, I worked there for 2 months, 2 weeks, just to get an understanding. And from there, I kept going ahead. Okay? So you look at here, salary, if you want to compare the salary in the IT field related to databases, a SQL Server developer will make around this. Senior developer makes around this. A SQL architect makes that. A production DBA, this is what you make. As a production DBA, you want to make sure that the company's data is up and running. Just imagine you go online today to order something from Amazon and you cannot access the Amazon database for 5 minutes. You know how much you're losing? So if you're working in this department as a DBA, guys, you're a big man. Okay, not to waste so much of your time, I'll just take you to the last slide. What you need to prepare for this training. First, you are already aware of the schedule. Mondays, Wednesdays, they have revisions on Friday. Revision is not mandatory. If you attend all the 2 classes, you can just watch videos. So the first thing, you need a Windows computer. Now we have Windows 11. It could be Windows 10/Windows 11 computer, right? With this operating system, Windows Pro, we can always upgrade. If you just buy a new computer, it should be Windows Home. Your computer needs to have at least 16 gigabytes of memory. Don't be the kind of person like, what am I gonna use? Trezor. Don't be like Trezor, where you leave the house, you go to clear a farm in the southwest, then your machete is not well sharpened, right? You go in the cut grass need the cut, right? That's the same thing. So you need a computer with enough memory to pull you through. And we tell everybody, getting into this training is an investment. It's an investment. If you get a good computer, it means you have made up your mind that I'm getting into IT, no matter what. Even if it means to go to Best Buy, give them these specifications and get a laptop and even take it on credit and be paying $15 every month. Guys, your first paycheck as a DBA will clear that off. This is a commitment you need to make. So I want you all to take a screenshot of this. Now, you have a computer, right, in front of you. You need an extra monitor. This extra monitor is going to help you in this sense. Now that I am in class, if you look at, you are just seeing my screen. What if I tell you that, okay, I'm sharing my screen, right click on databases, go to restore database. You will not be able to follow that because you are watching me on the same screen and you cannot do that on the same screen. So you need an extra monitor like this, where you buy an HDMI cable and plug it on this laptop to this monitor. That way, you can watch an instructor do what he's doing here and you can practice on this screen. I did not say buy 2 computers. If you have a laptop, this is it, just go and buy an extra monitor. That is all you need for this training. Of course, you need to have a mouse, right? Okay. Any questions for me, or I should drop my mic? Questions?
Great.
So while I'm answering questions, I would like you all, if you have not registered for this training, go ahead and Alan will share the link in the chat for you to apply. We need to have your name in preparation for the next training so we can follow up with you. Alan will share the link in the WhatsApp group and forward that to your friends who might not make it today because of the soccer game, right? So any questions?
Hello, Brian.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, this is Linda. I have a question concerning the time. I'm in California. I don't know what's the time difference. I know it's like 3 hours, but what time are we looking at for the class?
What time zone are you in California? And this is how I want you all to start doing this. What time zone are you in?
Right now?
Yeah. What's the time over there?
Oh, the time right now is 15 minutes past.
20 minutes past.
Oh,
just give me the hour.
20 minutes past 10.
Past 3. So you're 3 hours ahead.
No, 9 o'clock.
Oh, so you are 3 hours behind.
Yeah, okay.
So if the class in Central Time is starting at 8 o'clock, so you are starting at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m.
Okay. So 3 hours.
If I could just, you said 20 minutes past 10, right?
Yes.
So you're 2 hours behind.
So you're 2 hours behind. So
Oh,
your
2
class
hours.
is starting at 6.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
If you are in the Eastern time zone, Maryland or wheresoever, you are an hour ahead. So your class is going to be starting from 9.
6
p.m.
Okay. Question. Who else? God will.
Yes, hello, can you get me?
Yes, I can get you, Olive.
I didn't actually have a question. I was just saying my time is 10 p.m., 19 minutes past 10 p.m.
Okay, so you are 10 p.m. and here we are 12 p.m. So if you convert that, what is that going to be?
You are 12 a.m., sorry, sir.
We are 12 p.m. What's your time?
19 past 10.
What
I'm
country?
in the United Arab Emirates, Dubai.
Alan, what time should that be?
So the time difference is 10 hours.
So if we are, it means if we are at 10.
Oh, guys, please be mindful of your surroundings when you're unmuted. Go ahead, Brian.
So if we are at 8 o'clock and there are 10 hours, you said behind, right?
So that's 6. The class will, when we're starting the class, it will be 6 a.m. for you.
Exactly.
Right. Blaise, you have a question?
Yeah, I'm attending from California. So I wish to ask, how long will the class run?
This is a 6 months training. And the classes are 3 hours a session. You have 2 sessions a week and 1 catch-up session.
Okay. All right.
I have a question.
Yes. Gislian. Go ahead.
How you doing, everybody?
Good.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Brian. I mean, I would just say like joining the IT is like I know it's going to be a little bit challenging, but I know with the IT, I mean, you always get what you put in. It's something I do really want to do. My question is like, I know you said the class is for, I mean, the schedule is for 6 months. And some people will get job like between 6 months. Now, after the 6 months, for those who doesn't have a job, do you have like a real project? Like, because I know, I mean, I do believe like IT, JoinIT is have like a big name today. Like maybe like some company might have project. I come and give it to you. Those people who doesn't have a job yet, do you have like a real project that, I mean, then they can work on it to try to be a bit, to work on the real project?
Okay. So if you look at this, like I mentioned, after 6 months, we don't tell you to go, right?
Yeah.
After 6 months, you don't go. If you look at this class on Monday, look at here, that is called Monday webinar. This is for those who are in the job market. We still stay with you on interview preparation, right? And if you look here again on Monday webinar, we still teach you interview stuff and practical stuff on high availability and disaster recovery, how you address interviews. And this is for those classes that have graduated and they're in the job market. So we continuously teach you. We continuously teach you. We continually have you work, do those projects. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Look at the schedule of JoinIT every week. Look at the number of instructors and instructors assistants that are there each class to help you. At times we will split a class and say, hey, we leave Moise, Blaise, Eleanor, take this number of students, talk to them on this particular thing. These are the number of instructors you have here. These are the topics we teach on a weekly basis. You have classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is just telling you how dedicated and committed this team is. Another thing that I want you all to look at is on our website. If you go on our website, you look at under About Us. You see frequently asked questions, because now you are getting into IT, get into the habit of, learning, research on your own. Under frequently asked questions, you have every question that you want to ask me today is answered here. Who is a database administrator? Click on that plus sign, read. Can I become a DBA with no IT background? Click there and read. When is the next training starting? How long is the training? If I start the training and for some reason I can't complete, what happens? Read what we have there to tell you. What is the success rate at JoinIT? Read right there. Graduation success rate is 70%. Microsoft certification rate is 100%. Hiring rate after graduation. Now this used to be 70, but we are now at 80%, right? Do I need a college degree? How do I register? The link has been sent. Are certifications provided? So every question, what is the class schedule? See that this just has to be updated. So you have everything because you want to be as transparent as possible for you guys. This is not trying to fool you or deceive you to come and get into a career that you cannot. Another question.
Yeah. Hi, Brian. I just want to know if you want to request an extra class from the regular schedule. How do you do that? And are there any financial responsibility attached?
What do you mean by extra class? So you want to get your own class by yourself?
Yes, something like that.
So this is what happens. At JoinIT, we believe that the first 3 months, regardless of your IT knowledge, whatever you've done in IT, if you're coming to be a DBA, the first 3 months is that foundation. You have to go through it. After that first 3 months, if you want to get to doing something, more advanced, you reach out to us. We have recorded class videos on demand. If you go under classrooms and you look at, let me say 3B, if you're coming in now under their class videos, in the next 3 months, you should be somewhere, here, right? If you want that advanced knowledge, things to study ahead of time to get into the job market, we take you into this kind of a program where we can release these videos for you to watch, and we assign a mentor to help you in every video that you watch. If you have an issue, we continue from there.
Okay, thank you.
But the first 3 months is fundamental and is compulsory for everyone that comes in. Okay?
Right.
Question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Brian, for the eloquent talk over there. So my question is about on-the-job support. You see, a lot of people get into this IT stuff today without any background, without knowing anything, and they do go successfully. But then we do understand, and you do understand, all of us understand, you cannot provide somebody an expanded IT foundation within 6 months, which means what you do, which I know very well because I have done some bootcamp training in other areas, is using basically real job scenarios or examples to teach people. And that is very good because on the job, you're going to be doing exactly some of the things that you were doing in class. But then if I get into a situation on the job where I will need to maybe use some theoretical stuff that I couldn't acquire during the training, and I'll need support from you. Of course, you say there's a community. So how large is that community for me to revert to for help? Because I kind of heard you say, oh, don't call Barbie because she's married. Don't call her at 3 a.m. Don't call this guy at 2 a.m. But then if I'm working at night at 2 a.m. at 3 a.m., who am I going to talk to? How large is that community? That's my point.
Did you hear me say? Did you hear me say you can call Bless or Brian at 2 a.m. as well?
Well, that is only Bless and Brian, but are there many other people?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Right. I'm just kidding. So let me take you back to this guy. Look at this team, right? Like I mentioned, these guys here are DBAs. We are DBAs. Do you think if now at 10 p.m. you really need help, you try all this, you not get somebody, you definitely have someone. So, but this is the thing, especially within your first 5 months at your job, you are a priority to us. We assign you, when you get a job, we assign you that, hey, work with this person. Muyong here can tell you when she had her job, she got into IT with no knowledge. She was there with Galabe from day one. She'll have any issue, she'll call Galabi, he's there to support. You have myself, Delphine just got a job. She actually moves in here. She works here from home with me. I make sure that I help her. Alan is in Houston. We have people everywhere. There are a lot of students who have had jobs because the good thing now is all your jobs are remote. They move to where you have a DBA, right? And we are there to help you. Regarding the team, this team that you see here is just for now. This team is actually growing. We have Vivian, we have Vanessa, we have Muyong themselves that are coming back, are real to be mentors to those who have jobs. They are already working as DBAs. So regarding on-the-job support,
guys, please mute yourselves.
Regarding on-the-job support, you will not have that anywhere the way it is at JoinIT. You call me at any time, guys. If you ask those who are working, right? If I know you are already having a job and you need that help, you are a priority to me. You secure the job. That is why over these years, ask throughout our community, no one has had a job and got fired because she could not perform. No one. I say that without any fear of contradiction. No one. So you have all the support. The team is growing. And that is why I keep telling you, it's not a one-man show. That's why the name is JoinIT. When you finish your training, you definitely will come in to give back to the community by helping to teach. Join there means something. So you have the support that you need, okay?
Okay, Brian, in addition, I know there's a team that will follow up, yes, but have you put together, or how can I put it? Is your alumni organized to be able to offer auxiliary support?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? All the support that you need. Everybody at JoinIT that stays here is a team member. They are there to help you. And our trainees today can tell you, if I bring anyone who is currently in training, and even anyone who has had a job, right, they will tell you exactly. Look at Rosaria, that's just an example. When Rosaria had a job, I would talk to her on a constant, basis. She will call me every day, I have this issue, I walk her through. She'll even have to leave and go and meet someone who's already working as a DBA, and she will be helped. So our JoinIT team is not just the instructors, it's not just the management team, it is the entire community.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's Ghislaine again.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I heard someone introduced herself when we started the meeting, and she said she was working in Amazon, and later on she moved in Ohio and in San Antonio, and within 6 months she found a job.
We don't want now.
Okay. So now my question is, I know on the job market we have a lot of challenging and it's a competition. Now, how do you prepare someone without any background on IT, and do you help him build a resume? Because no one would like to hire someone. No one would like to hire someone who doesn't have any experience, or that's someone who have maybe 2 or 3 year experience. Do you have someone build a resume for that?
That is a very good question, and that falls in line with what we do, right? So first, at JoinIT, you understand that you all are coming as beginners. You have never even sat in an interview panel to be interviewed. So we teach you at that level. At the end of your training, we have a session where we teach you how to apply. We teach you how to apply for jobs. We work on your resume, and we go over these resumes with you. When you leave JoinIT, your resume has at least 4 years of working experience. There are people who live here and their resumes have 6, 7 years of working experience, depending on your knowledge. And how is this possible? In the IT field, it is more about what you can do. If I ask you today, what are the steps in installing SQL Server? You tell me that you go through the planning, you go through the installation, you go through post-installation, you go through testing and documentation. And in the planning step, these are the things you look at. They know that you know what you're doing. Our training is more of a hands-on approach. You're being taught by SQL Server DBAs. When I get on your morning in the chat group, I send a ticket I'm working at work. I tell you, hey, we have already done this. I have this ticket to back up this database. How do you do it? That is how you build your experience. Each month here at JoinIT is equivalent to 1 year of experience that you have in the field. And we are able to back that up because we do a lot of hands-on. There is nothing that you'll be doing, or 90% of the things that you do, you would have already done them at JoinIT. It's not just theory. We build an actual working environment. We teach you virtualization, where you set up a system where you have domain controllers. You might not know this today, but what actually reflects a working environment. So that is our methodology. That is what has been working. We don't just bring you in and we don't care about what you do out there. I had a lot of people coming to JoinIT now because they took a training somewhere. And even after that training, it was not hands-on. They have never gotten hold of their instructor on how to apply for jobs. They do not even know what a resume is. Coming from Cameroon, we don't call it resume, we call it CV, right? Is it curriculum vitae? How do you call it? Right? So we help you. We have a job bank right there. If I go on my, just give you an example, guys. If I go here, these are students that are about to graduate, right? These are students that are about to graduate. Look at this. Then modified. These are students, they're about to graduate. When did I work on these resumes? Right, January 24th. I personally sit and I work on those resumes and I push it out to them. I have a meeting and I walk you over that resume, that this is what you have to say. We are not just saying this to deceive you, but these are the things we do. Our word is our bond, right? I'm just showing you that so you know whatever we are telling you here is the truth. Does that answer your question?
Thank you, Brian. Yeah.
Right. So before taking other questions, I would like to call on, you've heard from those who are already in the job market, right? Who are already working. I would like to hear from Bless. Bless just finished his training and he's deciding to come back and be able to help the community by being an instructor assistant. Bless, are you there? If Bless is not there, I would like to hear from Vanessa. Vanessa is a trainee. She's in the training right now. I think it's a C4A or C4B class. Vanessa, are you there? I think she left. I want to get someone who is still in the training or who is still in the job market. Let me see. Let me just look out here. I don't want to hear from Chi. He's already working. Vivian.
Yes, Prof.
Yes, I know Vivian is still in the job, in the training. Can you just tell us how is your training going? If you can turn on your video, that would be great. Just say a word.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. So actually we actually done. We just finished with the training, so now we are on the job market. And
is your video on, Vivian?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yes, Prof. It's on.
I don't think we can see you.
It's in the line.
Right, it's quite sunny.
Okay, go ahead.
So we are just done with the training. So now we are on the job market, and for me, I didn't know anything about the IT. I didn't know nothing. So the training like 6 months ago, and now I didn't even know how to build a resume because I've never done so before. So JoinIT, they offer that possibility, you know, they'll give you some samples and then how to build your resume, where you can put it, and everything. You know, when you look at those job description out there, you see that everything that they're asking for as a DBA, you already have done that in class, you know. So we are not scared of getting there and, you know, apply for those jobs because we know that we can do those things. So it's really a good thing, and it's really beneficial. And we have our group members, we have our teacher. If you don't know anything, you can call your group members. You know, anytime when they're available, they will help you. So it's really good. And we also have those, you know, those sessions where our teacher will show us like how they're working. Sometimes I know we have these Tuesday meetings with Prof. Galabe. He actually show, you know, he's working there, and then we are looking what he's doing, and it means like if you go for an interview, they will ask you, okay, what have you done? You already know those things because you have seen it. You have worked on this thing together. If they have an issue, they can like, okay, this is what they asked me to do today in class. Everybody think about it. Everybody gave what he can do. Like everybody research on how to solve the issue. That's how that's how we are growing. And that's really a good thing.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just pick on one other person. So Vanessa is just done. Now they're working on the final project. I'm gonna pick on one other person. Do we have Brina? Brina, are you there? Okay, why Brina is not there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know you are, can you say a word? I know you are still rounding up with your final project. How has it been going? What are your expectations? How has your journey been so far?
Well, very, very good. When I started, I was scared because I didn't know anything about SQL. I didn't know how to start. I didn't know anything about it. But when I started, now I can talk about SQL and I'm so excited. And I'm in the job market, I'm sending application out there and most of the job description, everything, we've learned them in class and we've done most of them practicals. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to go out there. I'm confident of what I can do. And I encourage most of you here that want to start this program that you should not be scared. There's nothing to be scared. Just dedicate, put more time in it, and you're going to do it. I believe in you guys. Thank you very much.
Perfect. That is just so you hear from those who are already done in the training and those who are getting into the job market there. Brina, did you have help working on your resume? Do you have any challenges that JoinIT could not address for you?
Oh, no. They really helped me with it. And I sent my resume to Mr. Brian and he helped me out with it. And now I'm in the job market with it.
Okay. And that is not just for Brian. We have a team that is there to help. When you send your resume, JoinIT, resumes at JoinIT, an instructor will pick it up, work on it, call you, schedule a meeting, go over it with you until you secure a job. So it is not a journey of 6 months, like I said, right? It's not a journey of 6 months. It's a lifetime journey because even when you're done, you stay in the community. We have a community of JoinIT solutions. We have a community of those who have graduated and they already have a job. If you're already in a job market, there's a group where you have an issue, you post there. We are very alert that if a message comes into this group, this is someone already working and needs immediate assistance, and we help. Right. Before I get to the last person to talk, who is going to be, Thomas, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Hi. Really quick. I saw on your website, and I think you mentioned you guys don't provide certification, but you help the person to actually write up a certification with Microsoft. What that means?
Good question. So it's just like when you go to school, if you school in Cameroon, who is in charge to prepare GCE result or GCE exam? That's the government, right? It's the General Education Board. They prepare the exam, right? But now in IT field is different because IT is a combination of so many resources. So every company has a specific product in IT that they're working for, and they want to train people to be able to manage that product. Microsoft has a lot of products. They have databases, right? So for you to become a Microsoft database administrator, Microsoft provides a certification for you to write. As an IT training institution, we train you to write that certification, but we don't actually provide that. So what happens is that when you're in your training, we'll tell you these are the Microsoft certifications related to what you are doing. And now we help you to prepare and write for those certifications. Our trainings are in line for that. Also, understand that in the IT field, certifications help you increase your chances of getting a job, because they know you have undergone a specific training, but that does not give you a job. You need to still be able to talk. You cannot just present that I have this certification and get a job. So we teach you both ways, the way to talk, the way to work on it practically, and what certification you need to write. Okay?
Yeah, clear.
All right, one more person, Bless here. He finished his training already. He's in the job market. He had some challenges, and that is why he's getting to the job market now. And eventually, he's going to be landing his job. He's someone who is a very dedicated person. You can call him at 1. He's not married. You can call him at 1. I might be wrong. One never knows. So, Bless, what do you have to say?
All right, hello to you guys. I would just like to say when I started this training, I was like every other person, just like you. I didn't know anything actually dealing with computers or what databases were or what the training was all about until I got into the training. And I got in contact with Brian, and he talked to me just the same way he's doing with you guys here. And then when I got into the training, I put in the effort. I make sure that I always do my assignment, group work, and projects and all that. So what I actually want to say is, you just coming here is not that you just want to come. You have to devote that time. You have to put in the effort necessary in order to succeed. So when I finished, I had some challenges, just like Mr. Brian mentioned. So, but now everything is sorted out, and then I'm fully into the job market, and hopefully I should be able to bring out good news soon. So I'm always there to help. Like as during this time that I was not applying, I've been working with others, working with other maybe colleagues of mine, other group members. I've helped them maybe on assignments, on group work and stuff like that. So like he mentioned, I'm one of the instructor assists, and I'm always there to help each and every one of you. So you can always reach out to me, and I'm always available, or when there is time, I should be available to help you. Yeah, so I just encourage that you should put in the necessary effort, and you all will succeed.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to take so much of your time. This was scheduled for 2 hours. We have 15 more minutes. I know we have a lot of people here who want to talk. We have JB, we have other instructor assistants, but as you all can see, we have their names here, and we're going to be sharing a list of all the instructors and instructor assistants in the group, so you can definitely ask any question that you need. If you want to talk with anybody, same like JB called and spoke with me about the training, we're going to post this list and the phone numbers. These are people that are advocates. We are all advocates of JoinIT. They can tell you anything. They can encourage you. So we're going to share this link. Feel free to call any of them. If you feel comfortable calling Willie, I'll talk to Willie. If you feel comfortable calling Olive or whosoever, just call and talk and get an idea of what to expect, right? They always say your network is your net wealth, right? So now you're looking at building a relationship with someone that can definitely inspire you. So that is why we are here. We're going to share that list. So a couple of things. Right, the training starts February 28th. So now all you need to do is get yourself a computer with these specifications. Where is that? Get yourself, take a picture of this. If you need help, go to Best Buy, say, hey, this is what I need, right? Take a picture with the specifications and go to Best Buy, go to any computer store and get that. This is going to be so helpful for you. Right? Secondly, go to our website. If you have not done so yet, go to apply. If you go under our courses, if you click there, you should see Microsoft SQL Server hands-on training. You can go on the course detail. Alan already shared that in the link. Just click there and you should be able to apply for this course. This application does not in any way give you any financial responsibility. The only financial responsibility you have here is after the first 2 weeks. So you learn for the first 2 weeks, you decide if it's something you have to do, just acknowledge all of this and proceed, right? That is all we expect from you moving forward. I will not take too much questions. We're gonna send you the link to the orientation group so you can share with your friends. There are some people that want to join. We always have limited, seats. We don't want a class of 100 students where we cannot manage. So we always have a time frame. Fill out that application. We're going to send out a link for a placement test. We will not do that today, where we want to see what class you're going to be in. There are some people here with already IT knowledge. There are some people with no IT knowledge. So we normally have 2 or 3 classes. One is for absolute beginners. The other is for intermediate. And if we have experts already in the IT field that will do this, we'll have a separate class for them. So based on the placement test, we'll know what class to put you in, right? I think I'll have JB to just say the last words while we are looking forward to have you in February. Oh, she'll say the last words, and then I'll hand this over to Alan. Guys, Alan is married. Don't mind the way he twists his tongue to talk. You know, a lot of students call him my favorite instructor or my friend instructor. Helena can tell you that. As for someone like me, I'm just a comm man, a cultural person, and you mostly hear me teaching in comm. Right, JB, you have the floor.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Prof. Brian. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You're all welcome. You're all welcome. Trust me, this is a journey that at the end of it, you're really going to thank God that you went through it. It seems like a long journey, but actually it's very short. I can't believe that about this time last year was when I started my training too. And I remember the doubts I had. I called Brian. He told you already. I said, well, will I be able to do it? I don't have IT background to do it. And he said, come, you can do it. You have the support. A lot of people have spoken. JoinIT is more than a school. JoinIT is family. JoinIT is a community. And a lot of people have said about that, but I'm going to say something about you as a person. When you go through this training, you will discover things about yourself that you never knew you knew. You will rediscover yourself. That's at the end of 1 year, you look at yourself and you'll be like, well, at the end of 6 months, you'll be like, is this me? I know somewhere in the middle of the training, Brian said, he just came and said, you know what, guys, I think you're ready. You can take some Microsoft certifications. I said, me, Microsoft certification. He said, yes, you can take it. I believe in you, you can do it. And with just those words of encouragement, I went ahead and I certified. When I wrote my exams, I think I had 96% in the exam. I was even telling Brian, I did not get 100%. I didn't get 100%, you know. And this is me that I had 0 IT experience. From 0 IT experience to being in a community, within a group of intellectual minds who not only teach you, but they give you the moral support that you need to learn the course and also to believe in yourself, because it's not just about learning the course. Sometimes you really need that push, you need that morale, you need that, you know, boost. And you have people there that are really going to push you to do things that you never thought you could do. And at the end of the day, when you achieve it, you're like, is this me? You're going to look at yourself in the next few months and you're going to thank God you went through this journey. Like Brian said, I'm married, I have 2 kids. I had 2 kids, I had 2 jobs. You know, I still went through this training. I still went through it. It wasn't easy. No, like Olive said, it wasn't easy. I live in Maryland. The time, like, classes will finish like 12 midnight. By 6 a.m., 5 a.m., I'm up again. But I did it. And today I'm thanking God that I can now actually quit my jobs and work from home. I mean, as a mom, that is everything. So trust me, the journey is just beginning and we are all here. Everybody's here. I'm here. Bliss is here. Brian is here. Alan is here. We are all here. Nobody is going to leave. You're never going to be on your own. Never. There will always be somebody you can reach out to for whatever you need. If it's academic support, if it's moral support, you know, whatever you need, we're all here. We're going to grow together. One of the things I like to always say is #TogetherWeWin. You know, my classmates are here. It's amazing. So take that bold step. 1 year, 6 months, 7 months from now, you're really going to thank God that you did. Trust me, you will. Thank you, Brian.
Perfect. Okay, Alan, you have the floor. Let's go ahead and close this and we'll continue in the WhatsApp groups.
Thank you very much, everybody. We first of all want to end by starting by saying thank you for today being a big day, especially for our Cameroonian brothers and sisters who are here. It's a big game day and you still took the time to come here. As Brian said, it shows commitment. And just commitment is the very first thing that you need in this training. I saw someone ask on the group, is $3,000 not too much? That is not a difficult part of this training. $3,000 is nothing. What is difficult in this training is the commitment that you need to put, the drive that you need to have, like you just heard from Jebby. You can think about having a full-time job, 10 hours, 12 hours, having 2 kids, well, 3 kids, because, you know, us husbands, we are always babies. We're the first children, right? Having 3 kids, you're taking care of, and doing a training. It's not easy. So you need to be committed. You need to be steadfast. You need to make sure that you make up your mind to do this. This is why we are doing that 2 weeks, where we make sure that people come in and they decide that this is something that they want to do. Now, I would like to leave you on a more positive note. And that note is that what you should take away from today is training registration is already open. Please, if you have not registered, go ahead and register right now. A link has been shared to join the WhatsApp group. This is where we'll be sharing information about the training going forward. You will not be receiving messages to your direct number. Everything will be sent to the WhatsApp group. So please make sure you get on the WhatsApp group. Training fees have been shared. Class timings have been shared. You have 1 full month to start telling your company, telling your managers, hey, I'm starting something in 1 month. I need to fix my schedule. Please take the responsibility on looking at your timings and say, hey, where am I? Am I in Dubai? Okay, it's 10 hours. So I need to right now write it down so that one class day, we don't want to hear, when is the class again today? What time does the class start? It is your responsibility to check your class timing and know that with your time zone. To end with, Brian, Bless, and all of our instructor assistants that have been able to talk to us today, we want to thank you very much for helping encourage everybody else. And all that we can say right now is we do plan to have another orientation for those who were able to miss today. So please, like Brian said, we're a community. Share with your friends. Tell people about this thing. We only win when we win together. We say it every day in Africa. If you want to be the poorest man in your family, be the only rich man in your family. Because if you're the only rich man in your community, everybody's looking at you. But if everybody grows and everybody, you, your brother, your sister, everybody's making 6 figures, guess what happens? It uplifts the family and nobody's looking at anybody else. That is what our vision for JoinIT is. Thank you all. I hope you all have a great and wonderful weekend. And we will see you in our—
Word of consent, please.
Okay, Iggy, go ahead.
Yes, before you go, please, can you address this situation that happened a few days ago? Someone picked a couple of, many numbers from this platform. I was just calling people at random, trying to get information, pretending to be a member of the JoinIT team. I mean, how can you address it? Because it's concerning.
Absolutely. And I'll let Brian take that.
Yeah, thank you. So that was a very unfortunate situation. And you all know there are certain things that you don't have control over. It's just like some of those spam calls, right? Someone can go online and just try getting numbers. So at this point, we believe that whoever did that, is someone who has information. And again, now that you are getting to the IT field, you will know that you are there to protect data. What was that person calling you to get? Your data, right? They were calling to get your data. They were calling you to send them a code or whatsoever so they can get into your phone and get those contacts and start using. That should encourage you now that, hey, as a DBA, you need to be protective. You don't give any information out there. You don't give any data there that you are not sure. If that person was in this group, we tell you that you cannot do that to us because we are already IT professionals now. We know what it means to secure data. We know that hackers are going to come to get our data. So when you get that kind of a call, first, you need to be vigilant enough, right? Do not address or answer to any of those requests that come in. Every information JoinIT related should come in the group, right? If anyone calls you and is talking about JoinIT, you're not sure who that person is, reach out to me or ask in the group, is this a JoinIT member? Is this a team member of JoinIT? If someone calls you today and say, hey, we have another training, this and this, send that in the group and ask or reach out to me. Is this person associated with JoinIT? These are things we don't have control over. Now I have all your numbers. So you try as much as possible to protect your personal information. But when you're in a group like this, some people take advantage, right? So, but now we are aware. Let us not fall into that trap. One last thing also is you people should not leave here with a mindset that we expect you to pay $3,000 on the 28th. No, we don't. Your training fee, after the first 2 weeks is free. If you want to continue, you pay a registration of $750. And after that registration, you now do monthly payments of $500 a month because you understand how difficult it is. So thank you so much. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, guys. You have the WhatsApp group. If you have any questions, add. We're going to send you all our logos. You see how Alan's background is beautiful. Look at Helena. Look at Chi Brian. Call him Brian Jr. Again, he's not married. You can call him at 1 a.m. You know, he will help you. So you people should reach out. Make use of the group chat. Moving forward, we're going to send you information, YouTube videos that you can watch on becoming a DBA, what we do for you to follow that up, okay? So enjoy the rest of your Saturday and congratulations to the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon for winning Gambia 2-0. Fortunately, the Gambian players did not have COVID as in the previous game, so I think this was a fair game. So you all should go enjoy and celebrate. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.